Hello, mic testing, check. Perfect. Right. We start the session with the great invocation prayer. Please sit in a comfortable position and please close your eyes. The great invocation, original version. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the rays of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Okay, right. Welcome once again to the session. Okay, in the Battling Dark Forces book study, why we are studying about the virtues? Because last 2-3 sessions we have studied about the vices, negative emotions, negative thoughts, how they are all occupying the negative entities, and we have studied their ways and methods and how they are affecting us. Everything we have studied. So to combat or to fight with that evil is virtues. So regarding the virtue, yesterday's session I have told you that we need not develop any virtue, because this I am saying from my master's word or my teacher's word. So we need not develop any virtue because already the virtues are embedded in our system. So in our system means in our chalice it is embedded. So that is nothing but it is in the it is shielded in our chalice, that is called as 12 chakra in some other school. So in the chalice it is embedded. So it is sealed by 12 petals. Okay, 12 petals. So each petal represent one virtue, and there are 3 inner petals also there that represents love, light, wisdom. So that 3 petals also belong to certain virtue. Okay, so when in the path of perfection, when we are doing the spiritual practice, slowly this petal will open, and once it is open, the corresponding energy will flow into our personality body. Personality body means our etheric physics and emotional and mental body. It will start to flow. Okay, so what Torkom has mentioned that, so when you are studying about the virtue itself, already you are in the path of perfection. Okay, so what Torkom has mentioned that you gather many informations from different sources to study about the virtues. So the studying about the virtue itself is you are already in the path of perfection. Okay, so that's why we have chosen one day to study about the virtues during the study of Battling Dark Forces. Okay, so from tomorrow onwards we will back to our topic belong to Battling Dark Forces. So this I am reading from the book, The New Dimensions in Healing, and the chapter Virtue, the page number is 690. Okay, there is 3 chapter in about virtue. I am reading from this book. Okay, so right. So in the book Now I am reading from the chapter 69, Virtues, page number 673 from the book New Dimensions in Healing. Okay, so when we achieve virtues, they gradually, okay, not that. Right. Virtue, I think already we have studied about virtues during the I am missing my meditation room. That room is okay, right. So we have already studied about the virtues in New Dimensions in Healing study book, started 1 year before, right. So virtues can be achieved through 4 steps. Number 1, gathering information about what they are. So that is the very first step. So we have to gather information about the virtues from various sources. So that's why yesterday or day before yesterday I have told you that I gave you the list of virtues, 12 virtues, and I told you check the information about the virtues in Google and ChatGPT. You take the information from the ChatGPT and you send the command that you summarize everything, so it will give you in a very shorter form. So you take the printout and you start to study that. And we can gather information about the virtues from the holy books, Bible, Gita, Bhagavad Gita and Quran. And there are many holy scripture books are there. So from there also you can gather information about virtues. And almost 99% of the spiritual schools in India are following the virtues given by Guru Patanjali. So even Arhati Yoga school is following the virtues of Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Okay, so you can gather the information there also. And here Torkom has given 12 virtues. So what are all those virtues? Striving, courage, daring, discrimination, solemnity, harmlessness, service, compassion, patience, fearlessness, gratitude, responsibility. Apart from these 12, Torkom has mentioned about sincerity also as the one of the virtue, simplicity also one of the virtue, love also one of the virtue, gratitude also one of the virtue. Okay, so I have sent you the screenshot of these 12 virtues. So these 12 virtues are connected with 12 constellations or 12 Rasi Mandalas. Okay, I don't have much knowledge about this astrology, so that's why I'm not able to talk more about the connection between the 12 virtues and 12 constellations. So because I don't know the correct list of the 12 constellations also, as I don't have any interest in that. So these 12 virtues are connected with the 12 constellations. So each and every constellation will emanate certain kind of energy. So that will be observed by one of the petal in our chalice or in our 12th chakra. Okay, so the 12 constellation is having its own energy and quality. That's why during the marriage time in India, they are matching the astrology. They are checking the chart of the bride and groom. So they are checking whether his star is connecting with that star, something like that they are checking. Okay, so after that they are fixing the marriage. So in my case, my star and my wife's stars doesn't match, but we are living a very happy life with 2 children. They are working in a very big companies. So the astrology is a mystery. Okay, I have seen many people that they have checked the astrology, their stars are matching 200%, 300%. Next month they have divorced their life, they have divorced their marriage life. So the astrology is a mysterious thing. Okay, nobody knows fully about what is the astrology and what is the connection between the 12 stars. That's why I am not putting my concentration on astrology. Okay, so but the 12 virtues are connected with the 12 constellations. So not only that, the 12 virtues are connected with 12 months also. 12 months. And the 12 virtues are connected with the 12 full moon. So each and every full moon, the energies are coming through, involving the moon and sun and the constellation, and we are receiving the energy through that petal, and it is entering into our personality bodies, etheric, physical, emotional and mental body. So that's why meditating on 12 full moon is very important. We should not miss that. So as already I have told you, so in next 150 year or 200 year, the merging of all the religion will be started. The first of all, the Christianity will be united among all its branches, and it will go to Islamic, then it will come to Hinduism, then other religions also, they will be united themselves, then all of the religions will be united, and one day there will be only one religion, or else there is no religion at all. Okay, so as there is no anything as second, then we don't have anything to compare with something else. So there won't be any religion. Everybody is, they will feel the oneness with among themselves. So at that time, the entire humanity is going to celebrate the 12 full moons only as their celebration, like now what we are doing as Christmas, Ramzan, and there are so many celebrations we are doing. We are celebrating in the global. So hereafter, it's going to be only 12 full moons are going to be celebrated. So these 12 full moons are connected with the 12 virtues also. So not only that, these 12 virtues are connected with the chakras, but Torkom has never mentioned about chakras in his books, because Torkom has warned us not to deal with the chakra. You don't touch the chakra, you don't manipulate the chakra also. He has written around 150 books, but out of all the books, he has mentioned only in the 2 books talking about the chakras and meditation. He has is guiding us to do meditation on concentrating on the chakras. He has given 100,000 meditations, but all out of the 1,000 meditation, only in 2 meditation he has guided us to concentrate on chakras. So the 12 chakras are connected, the 12 virtues are connected with the 12 chakras also. So 12 months, 12 full moons, 12 constellations, 12 chakras. Not only that, each and every virtue is having one color, particular music note. There are so many things are there. You forget all the things. You forget everything. You forget everything. You just study about the virtue. That is well enough to develop virtue into us. Okay, so that is the primary motive of this session, right? So long years and many lives are needed for transformation. So that's why I told you nothing will happen if you attend any 2 days workshop, or even I have arranged one workshop 15 days plus 15 days. If you attend this workshop, you will know certain healing methods, nothing else. That you are not going to be a soul after practicing what I am teaching in the 30 days. Okay, it is not like that. But definitely you will know many healing methods, and that course is in a very organized way. So you can heal your physical problem, emotional problem, and mental problem. But some changes will be there. But I won't say that if you attend this course, you will become a very better person or saint-like person. It's not like that. So whatever the thing, it took long years and many lifetime also in sometimes. So long years and many lives are needed for transformation. But one must not lose time in starting to work it. So maybe, as already told to you, we cannot master any virtue in this life, but it requires at least 1 or 2 incarnations. But we need not waste even a single minute to start to practice that. We can start now itself, even though it will take 2 incarnation of time, but we can start now itself. Okay, so long years and many lives are needed for transformation, but one must not lose time in starting to work on it. So again, I am reading about virtues can be achieved through 4 steps. Number 1, gathering information about what they are. Number 2, watchful discipline to develop virtues. Okay, watchful discipline to develop virtues and avoid turning wine into vinegar. How the wine will turn into vinegar? So the love is one of the virtue, one of the greatest virtue, love. Okay, but I am born by Hindu, but I love Christianity a lot. For my healing and other requirements, I am going to one mosque. I told you this many times. I never visiting my Hindu temples, and I never visiting, even though I love Jesus a lot, I never visited a church. But whenever I have some problem in my life or some physical problem, I am going to one particular mosque in Madurai city. If I go there, next day morning, everything will be solved, including all the problem, my physical problem, everything will be solved. This is my faith. Okay, I am not going to pressure anyone that as I am following this, so you also have to follow this. You don't go to the Hindu temples. I will not say anyone. Okay, everybody has their own freedom. So why I am saying this? Why I am saying this? Oh, I forgot it. I forgot. Okay. Right. So turning wine into vinegar. So a person, the love is the one of the greatest virtue. Okay. So I am born in Hindu religion, so I love my religion a lot. There is nothing wrong in that. But as I am master in the virtue of love, I love my religion, but at the same time, as I love my religion a lot, I hate Christianity and I hate Islamic. Then the virtue is spoiled into vinegar. The wine spoiled into vinegar. So the extreme love is turned into hatred in the name of fanaticism. In the name of fanaticism towards my own religion, the virtue become poisonous and it is end up as vices. Okay, so we can discuss about all the virtue, how each and every virtue is turning into vices. If you give me some 30-40 sessions, I will give you the full detail about this extracted from Torkom Saraydaryan's book. Okay, so this is just an example only. So anytime a virtue can turn into vices, we have to be very, very careful, because there is a very thin line between virtue and vices. The vices is nothing but virtue's negative brother is vices. So we have to be very, very careful. So then what else? So watchful discipline to develop virtues and avoid turning wine into vinegar. Continuous discipline to let virtues actualize in our life, in daily life and relationships. So some schools are teaching certain practices and they are saying that if you follow this practice, you will attain, you can become a virtuous person. But in my personal experience, and I have seen that they are following only that virtue, but they are not trying to live based on that virtue. Then definitely the virtue cannot be developed. So they are thinking that I am doing this very, very powerful exercise. So this was taught to me in a secret room. So the higher people have taught me this. So I can be an embodiment of this virtue. But nothing will happen unless otherwise they are put into practice. Okay? Otherwise it will become as the extreme vices. So continuous discipline to let vices actualize in our daily life is very, very important. So number 4, becoming one with the virtue. So we have to, so if you are following the virtue of love or virtue of harmlessness or virtue of sincerity or virtue of solemnity, we have to be like all these things. We have to be one with the harmlessness. We have to be one with the love. We have to be one with the solemnity, and so on, so on, so on, so on. Okay, so that's why virtue requires incarnations to practice. One cannot master in just in a 1 year of time or 2 year of time or 3 year of time. Okay, we should not force ourselves to follow any virtue. It should be in a very, very slow pace. So yesterday Megha asked that how long I have to practice a virtue. Say if you are going to follow the virtue of harmlessness, you can practice this for 6 months or 1 year. At the same time, if you are going to do any rituals or any meditation or any cleaning technique, that is just 10 times or 15 times is enough. So you practice only for 10 times or 15 times to clean the energies of these things. Then you focus on following particular virtue in our actual life. There will be lot of tests will be there. So I have seen 100 times, not 100 times literally, maybe 10 or 15 times that whenever I am giving you the presentation about love, 11 o'clock in my everyday life, I will fight with the person for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Then 4th minute I will realize that my God, today morning only we have presented a nice lecture, but what we have advised to our participants, I have violated this in next 2 or 3 hours. So this may happen because when we are cleaning certain things from our subconscious mind, and it will attract the person, it will attract the situation also through our emotions and our thoughts. So we have to be very, very careful in following a particular virtue. We should not only focusing on following the virtue also, we have to focus on opposite quality also. So we need not worry about that, but what is the beauty of the negative elementals and entities? Just by observing it, we can kill it. We need not perform any ritual or anything. Just we have to observe. Okay, right. So today morning I have conducted a nice lecture about harmlessness, but 11 o'clock something is going to happen. I am going to fight with this person. So we have to pause. We have to maintain a lot of patience. We have to observe. We can see something is happening in our bodies. just by observing, it will be killed, we are pass. Okay, but if we start to react in the name of justification, then again next 10 or 15 days we have to work out to clean the contamination. Okay, but these are all the part of life. We are not like a saint, or we are not like a Jesus or Buddha. After all, we are all human beings. We have to accept it, and we should know and learn to move on and accept our mistakes. Okay, right. So then we will straight away go to the what are all the list of virtues. So once again I am reading this. So today we are going to do one meditation. So I will read 12 virtues. So you can choose only one virtue. So this virtue you want to develop in your life, you choose that virtue. Then I will guide you the meditation. You practice that and you check what is happening in your life. So 12 virtues: striving, courage, daring, discrimination, solemnity, harmlessness, service, compassion, patience, fearlessness, gratitude, responsibility. These are all the 12 virtues. So these 12 virtues are connected with certain disease also. Our internal organs also. Certain diseases are connected with the 12 virtues. So when you develop one particular virtue, the corresponding disease will be healed from your body. So if you have particular disease or disorder in your body, then it is the sign that you have to work a lot on that particular virtue also. So the diseases also connected with the virtues. The virtues are connected with the diseases. So diseases happening because of lack of virtue. So if don't have that virtue, our body will be vulnerable for that particular disease. So there is a list that these virtues, these diseases or disorders are belong to these 12 virtues. So we have to focus on that also. So by developing the virtue, we can heal this disease and disorder also. Okay, so we will study a little bit about each and every virtue, then we will proceed to the meditation. So if you don't have the time, you don't worry, we will do the meditation tomorrow. So no need to rush to study anything. So we have to study in a slow manner. We have to be very, very patient in studying anything. Okay, so I will try my best to conduct the meditation. At least I will conduct the short type of meditation also. If you are not able to complete the session today, tomorrow we will do the full set of meditation. Okay, so before that, it is very, very important to know about the virtue. Okay, I will try my best to complete today itself. Right, number one, solemnity. Solemnity means that always in every minute you are living under the watchful presence of your inner divinity, in the presence of your highest vision, in the presence of your spiritual commitment. So practically, what is the meaning of solemnity? You see the face of Krishna, you see the face of Jesus, you see the face of Buddha, and there are many spiritual teachers are there. I don't know about their name in particular sequence. So that's why I'm mentioning these 3 teachers' name only. So you can add any other teachers also. So when you are seeing their face, your face also had to be like that. So not the physical appearance, the love in their face. So when you are thinking about the Krishna, how their face is. When you are thinking about the Jesus or Buddha, how their face is. So that is not the physical appearance, it reflects their inner quality. So solemnity means our face also should be like Lord Krishna. The expression, I am talking about the expression, not the physical appearance. Okay, so because Jesus doesn't have the eyeglass. So their inner quality represents their facial expression. So our face also should be like Jesus, Krishna and Buddha. Then how much effort we have to put to develop the virtue of solemnity. That is the first virtue. Okay, right. So now you think about that. So if you want to attain the virtue of solemnity, you have to follow the things what Jesus followed, Krishna followed, Buddha followed, and other great teachers followed. Okay, so that's why it requires many incarnations to master a virtue. Then harmlessness. We must exercise total harmlessness in our thoughts, imagination, words, feelings, deeds, and in all our relationships. Harmlessness is the ability to live a life of inspiration for others, a life of beauty, a life of compassion, and a life of striving toward perfection. So when you are trying to follow the virtue of harmlessness, the opposite quality will be started to emerge from our subconscious junk box. We have to observe these things in our emotional level, mental level, sometimes in physical level also. If you observe, it will be killed. Okay, so we have to watchful. And patience. So patience is steadiness of labor to reach a goal. It is joyful perseverance to actualize your innermost self. Okay, so patience means, so we have studied about the virtue of solemnity. You have to, your face should be like Jesus, Buddha or Krishna. Okay, so but you don't worry, we are all the child of these three fathers, one of the three fathers. Okay, so one day definitely we are going to become like a Jesus or Buddha or Krishna, because we came from them only, we have their substance only. Okay, so one day we are going to become a Krishna or Buddha or Jesus or any other holy master. So maybe it requires 200 incarnations, 300 incarnations or 700 incarnations, we do not know. That is called as patience. We have to wait for 500 incarnations to become like a Jesus, to become like a Buddha, to become like a Krishna. Then how much effort we have to put into practice. So that is called as patience, right? So whenever somebody is doing something, you just think about that in some next 100 incarnation, I am going to be a Krishna, or I am going to be a Buddha, or I am going to be a Jesus. So by reacting for your actions, if I do something, if I react or respond, then it need 10 or 15 more incarnations, then you will not do that. That is called as patience. So whenever somebody is doing something wrong to you, you just think about, I am the part of Krishna, I am the part of Buddha, I am the part of Jesus. Then you won't respond and react, and you are saving so many incarnations, right? That is called as patience. Okay, then what else? Sincerity. In all your expressions, in your actions and reactions, in your words, in your thoughts and behaviors, you are going to be an example of sincerity. So what is the meaning of sincerity? Sincerity means what we are speaking, we have to put that into action. Okay, so 4 years before, when I had a Zoom conversation with Geeta Saradarayan, I told her that, maybe 4 or 5 years before, I told her that at that time maybe there was no any other followers for Torkom Saradarian teachings in India. Maybe only Akriti Shondi or Somi Priyo or Rituji, and maybe some 50-60 people only know about the Torkom Saradarian. Apart from that, all the pranic healing, the top people, the so-called highly developed so-called people knows about the Torkom Saradarian. Apart from that, nobody knows about Torkom Saradarian. At the time when I was the discussion with Geeta, I told her that, Geeta, give me a time of 1 month, I will bring 500 people to Torkom Saradarian school, because I was in pranic healing school. I have introduced 10,000 people to pranic healing school. So it is very, very easy for me to bring 500 people to pranic healing school. She didn't answer anything. Then after 1 hour, I have received an email from her that, so whatever the promise you are giving, you have to think twice before you are giving promise to anybody else. Are you sincere in your promise? I don't know. I don't know the meaning of that email. What is the meaning of sincerity here? We are giving certain promise, but why Geeta is sending such a mail that day? I don't know the meaning of the sincerity in that perspective. So what is the meaning of sincerity? Means if we are promising anything, we have to fulfill that promise. That is called as sincerity in spirituality. Okay, sincerity means it's not being faithful to somebody else, but if we are promising certain thing, we have to put it into action. Otherwise, we should not open our mouth. Why we should not open our mouth? You say, so I have promised that I am going to bring 500 persons or 500 souls into Torkom Saradarian school. This is my promise. This is going to be my virtue. Then what will happen? The obstacles in my subconscious mind to bring 500 students into the Torkom Saradarian school will start to emerge from my subconscious mind. I do not know about that, and it will do all the nasty things in my life that I cannot focus anything on to do that work, because I have promised certain thing out of sincerity, but I am not going to do that anymore. But because of my promise, that promise will evoke something from my subconscious mind, subconscious junk box. It will attract the person, it will attract the emotion, it will attract the thought, it will make me like a crazy person. So as I don't know about this, I won't be able to concentrate on this work. then my promise is going to end up as an empty promise. This is called as sincerity. So that's why if you are going to follow any virtue, we have to work out a lot. That is called as sincerity. Okay, right. Now the time is 6 o'clock. She is asking for food from me. Wait. Okay, so give me 1 minute of time. I will feed her and I will come back. Okay, please, very sorry. Please. 1 minute. Just close your eyes and meditate on the virtues. I will join you in 1 minute of time. So my pet is very sincere, that she knows the time very well, which time I will feed her. So exactly at that time, wherever she is, and so that is her sincerity. Okay, right. So then gratitude. So gratitude is an expression of thankfulness. A disciple is a man of gratitude. So we know many things about gratitude. Okay, then what is the sixth virtue? Simplicity. Do not let yourself fall into what is the meaning of simplicity here? So simplicity means it is not wearing very simple and using a very less expensive car or other vehicles, and the simplicity in the food or simplicity in the lifestyle. It is not the simplicity in spirituality. Then what is the meaning of spiritual simplicity? Do not let yourself fall into complications, complicated involvements, thoughts, words and lectures, complicated relationships, conversations and monkey business. Simplify yourself as much as you can. That is called as simplicity here. Okay, I am reading this again. Do not let yourself fall into complications, complicated involvements, thoughts, words and lectures, complicated relationships, conversations and monkey business. So if you want to know about monkey business, you just Google, you will come to know. Simplify yourself as much as you can. Dress simply, eat simply, live simply, think simply, speak simply. Simplicity does not mean cheapness. Simplicity adds another color to your aura, another note which makes it more radiative and magnetic. So the simplicity means dressing simply, eating simply, living simply, thinking simply, speaking simply, and also very important, we should not fall into complications, complicated involvements, complicated thoughts, complicated words, complicated lectures, complicated relationships, complicated conversations. These are also not being simple. Okay, we have to follow these things also. Next we come to striving. Striving means don't give up, improve yourself continuously. If at any time you think you are perfect or you have reached your last levels of the development, you turn into a corpse. So that's why Torkom is saying that there is no end in spiritual development. So you are going to somewhere else, and so there is a peak. You have to travel to achieve certain development in spirituality. You will go there, then another peak will be shown to you. There somebody will be there. They will say that there is a Buddha is there. You go and see the Buddha, then you are attaining certain spiritual development. We have to go there. The aspirant have to go there. There they will meet a Buddha. That Buddha will introduce you to another peak. There you have to climb, and there you will meet another Buddha. That Buddha will say that you go to that peak, there you will meet two Buddhas, then you will go. So it is infinity. There is nothing called as its end. Even though you have become one with the soul, you have become one with the divine spark and supreme God, you become one with the supreme God. Then what is happening? Then again supreme God will descend into lower level. Then again that supreme God will reincarnate in another body. So there is no end for spirituality. It's like a circle, going on. Okay, so then how much effort we have to put into practice that? Think about this. So okay, so this is called as striving. There is no end for our spiritual development. Then to travel in the journey, how much effort we have to put, that is called as striving. Okay, striving means don't give up, improve yourself continuously. If at any time you think you are perfect or you have reached your last levels of the development, you turn into a corpse. God means progress. Those who are worshippers of God must be progressive in their development and unfold. Perfection means striving for a continuous improvement. There is not a stage in all the cosmos which you can reach and say, I am perfect. If you think you are perfect, you are blind, because infinity is our path and God is infinity, limitless and continuous expansion. So thus the study is going on. So we have to study about the courage, we have to study about the fearlessness. So what is the meaning of courage? You must develop courage. Courage means to jump over obstacles, face dangers and live a dangerous life. When you meet hindrances, do not give up. Overcome them by power of your courage. Okay, this is courage. And what is fearlessness? What are you afraid of? A person can perform miracles only if he is fearless, which means only when he is ready to sacrifice all that he has and is for the common good. So what is the meaning of sacrifice? Sacrifice means giving up all the bad qualities related to our emotions and thoughts and physical actions. We have to ready to give up everything. That is called as sacrifice. Okay, so if you want to do regular meditation, if you want to do continue in the path, so in that case he have to give up smoking and drinking and eating excessive meat. That is called as sacrifice. So he cannot do the practice at the same time. He cannot continue as a smoker, drinker or hardcore meat eater. He have to give up. Okay, right. These things are called as fearlessness. So the fearlessness is neither stupidity nor foolishness also. That also we have to consider. So in the name of fearlessness, we cannot do anything. There should be lot of intelligence. Then responsibility. A man cannot walk toward perfection if he has no sense of responsibility. So the man unfolds when the field of his responsibility expands every day and he feels responsible for his behavior. He should be responsible for his behavior, for his actions, for his writings, for his speech and his silence and for his relations also. So that is called as responsibility. So Torkom has said that, so when some dispute between two persons or between the organizations or in whatever may be between the husband and wife or children, parent, there are so many hundreds of combinations are there. So in the dispute settlement, one has to check the first response from the involved persons. What is their first response related to the dispute. That is very, very important. That reflects the quality of the person, whether that person is continuously justifying or he is accepting his mistakes or whatever it is. That is, we have to check. Okay, so when we are confronting others during the time of dispute, we have to check that also. What is their first response? That first response reflects their major quality. Okay, or what are all the things they have as their quality, it will reflect it. So the first response is very, very, very important. Okay, right. Then love. So we know much about the love, and the 12th virtue is discrimination. So discrimination means to know what energy you are going to use, where you are going to use, how you are going to use, when you are going to use, why you are going to use, and in what dosage you are going to use. Okay, so discrimination does not mean to discriminate blacks from whites or discriminate according to sex, religion or race. So discrimination is intuitive. It is the result of experience, study and observation. Try to sense the motive behind the words, motive behind the expressions and motive behind the behavior. So that's why many times I told you that. So before attending any session, so even with my session, you have to check my motive, my intention, everything. So before attending any session or before doing any meditation or before involving with any relationship, we have to check what is the motive behind that, what is the intention behind that. That is one of the quality of discrimination. So discrimination is intuitive. It is the result of experience, study and observation. try to sense the motive behind the words, expressions and behaviors also. Okay. Luckily we have 14 minutes of time and I am going to borrow 5 more minutes from you. So today we are going to practice till 6:35 so that we can do the meditation in full meditation we can do, and I have completed the explanation of the virtues also. Okay. Fantastic. Right. Then what else? Right. So this is the explanation about the virtue, and you choose one of the virtue you want to develop and sit in a comfortable position and please close your eyes. So this meditation I am guiding you from the book New Dimensions in 1 minute. Okay, this meditation I am guiding you from the book New Dimensions in Healing, the chapter Virtues, the chapter number 70, page number 65, meditation on a virtue. Sit in a comfortable position and please close your eyes. Please never underestimate this practice. Okay, right? Even though you do not know about the virtue, you just meditate on the virtue, but you should know about the virtue. But if you meditate on the virtue, you can bring down the virtue into you. Right? Sit in a comfortable position and please close your eyes. Relax your physical body. Relax your physical body. Observe for any tightness or any discomfort in your physical body. Relax your physical body and check your emotions and check your thoughts also. Check your physical body, check your emotional body, check your mental vehicles. Just observe how is your emotions, how is your thoughts, and is there any discomfort in your physical body. Just observe that also. Okay. After observing, so this meditation is, we have to do this only for 15 minutes or 20 minutes only. So for one virtue, we can do this for 1 month. This is the instruction given by TORKOM SARAYDARIAN. Right. So now visualize yourself as the human soul standing in the light of your inner guide. Your inner guide means your higher soul or your solar angel or your guardian angel. Visualize yourself as the human soul standing in the light of your solar angel or inner guide. Visualize you are surrounded by the light. You just visualize the light will appear. You need not visualize any color of the light. You just visualize or you just think, imagine about the light will appear. Okay. In your visualization, this is a very, very important part. In your visualization, see the name of any virtue you want to develop. That virtue is written in any color of your choice on a wall. You are seeing a big wall. On that wall, that name of the virtue is written in a particular color. The color, you choose any color. In your visualization, see the name of any virtue you want written in any color of your choice. On a wall or on a rock also okay. Whichever is comfortable for you, you can choose that. The name of the virtue is written on the wall. Choice of colors is yours. Sorry, excuse me. Right. Now, in your creative visualization, see yourself, you are dramatizing the virtue. You are actualizing the virtue. In case, if you have chosen the virtue of solemnity, you visualize that your face is appearing like Lord Jesus or Lord Krishna or Lord Buddha or Allah. but we don't know the face of the Allah, but you just visualize. Your face is like, we have discussed many things about this appearance, so visualize that your face is like the great teachers. And in case if you have chosen the virtue of harmlessness, you visualize and you think that you are actualizing or you are dramatizing that particular virtue, harmlessness. You are loving people, you are acting compassionate, you are doing some help for some people. You visualize that. If you have chosen the virtues fearlessness, courage or daring, you visualize you are acting courageous, you are acting fearlessness, you are acting daringness. If you do not know, if you are not able to visualize, you just think that you are acting according to that particular virtue. That is also enough. So visualize the location where you are actualizing your virtue. You visualize the location, you visualize the weather condition, you visualize the light and the color of the place. And if you are seeing anybody else, you include them also in your visualization, and enact the virtue as if you were the embodiment of the virtue. Embodiment of the virtue means you have already put that virtue into practice. You have become a master in that virtue. If so, what you will do? You visualize you are acting accordingly. If you are visualizing about the virtue of harmlessness or love, you visualize that you are behaving with lot of love and compassion with your family members and with your relatives, in your working place, in your business, with the strangers. You just visualize you are behaving very, very lovely with everybody. In each and every moment of your life, you are following the virtue of harmlessness. When you are visualizing, when you are doing this practice, lot of energy will be flow from your chalice, and it will enter into your etheric physical body, emotional and mental body. It will heal the diseases and disorder in your body. Coordinate your thoughts, emotions and actions in the spirit of that virtue you are visualizing, and actualize it. And visualize that you are acting accordingly, you are actualizing, you are dramatizing. Now, next step. As you achieve a certain degree of success in visualizing that you have dramatized the particular virtue, or you have actualized that particular virtue in your life and in your beingness, now you visualize a few other people with the same virtue. You visualize that some other people also doing the same, like what you have done in the last step. You visualize that also. If it is difficult for you to visualize, you just think about that some other people also doing the same thing what you have done in the previous step related to that virtue. You think about that. So this practice is given by the ancient masters to Torkom Saraydarian. Torkom Saraydarian himself have practiced this visualization exercise. This is the gift from the great teacher Torkom Saraydarian. So please never underestimate this practice. You should have a lot of sincerity to follow this virtues meditation. Now we move on to the next step. See them manifesting in the virtue in their acts and in relationships, and develop great gratitude and joy because of their achievements. You have thought about some other people, you have visualized, so they are manifesting this virtue in their acts and in their relationships, and they are developing great gratitude towards you and joy because of their achievement. They are showing lot of gratitude and joy towards you. That also you just think about that and you try to dramatize and actualize this. If it is little bit difficult, you don't worry about that. You just think about that. Like visualizing you are following a particular virtue, some other people also following, and you are observing that. For that they are showing lot of gratitude and joy to you. Okay, right. Now we will move on to the next step. Now visualize a meeting in which you sit with those heroes who embody the virtue and discuss. It means that you are sitting in a meeting with some great people who have mastered the virtue which you are visualizing or you have decided to follow. Now you are sitting in a meeting with these people. These people are the heroes of those virtues. They are the embodiment of these virtues. You just visualize them and you are also sitting with them. Say for example, if you are visualizing for solemnity, Lord Jesus, Lord Buddha, Lord Krishna, Lord Allah, all are the embodiment of the solemnity, and few other great people also the embodiment of the solemnity. They are sitting with you and you are all discussing certain thing related to that virtue, that you are all discussing that how can we spread this virtue all over the world and invite people to cultivate in their lives. I am reading this again. How can we spread this virtue all over the world and invite people to cultivate it in their lives? You visualize this meeting. In case if you are visualizing about harmlessness, the embodiment of love is Lord Jesus, and you visualize you are sitting in a meeting with Lord Jesus and other people also. You can include Buddha, Allah and Krishna also in that meeting, and you discuss with them how you are all going to spread the virtue of harmlessness or love all over the world and invite people to cultivate it in their lives. In case if you are visualizing about fearlessness, courage or daring, you visualize any one hero. You can visualize Lord Arjuna for courage. You can visualize Lord Krishna also for courage. And you discuss with them how can you are all going to spread this virtue all over the world and invite people to cultivate in their life. Carry on the discussion as the realistically as possible, and when the discussion is over, watch them. The meeting is dispersed. Watch them slowly, they are departing from the meeting. The meeting is end, but our meditation continues. Okay. Now sit in the eyes closed position. Sit for few minutes in silence. At the end of the meditation, we will chant Om mantra 3 times. So this visualization meditation is applicable for all the virtues which you want to develop in your life. Accordingly, you visualize or you imagine or think about, and you do this meditation for 15 minutes or maximum 20 minutes. If you are running out of time, you can do this for 10 minutes also, but minimum 10 minutes should be there. Sit quiet for a few minutes. Okay, the meditation ends. Good luck.